Welcome to the PsychData tutorial Module 5, Question Logic. Click the next button to start the tutorial. PsychData allows you to create question logic or skip patterns so that you can define how participants move through your survey. By assigning question logic to your multiple choice single select question types, you can jump participants to questions that are relevant to them and skip questions that do not apply. Question logic allows you to define a series of if-then statements for each answer of a given question, thus defining a destination for each answer choice. For example, if a participant responds no to question 1, you can skip them to question 10. However, if the respondent answers yes to question 1, they can go on to question 2. In this module, you will learn how to add and edit question logic, remove question logic from one question, and remove question logic from all questions. Click Next to continue with the tutorial. This is an example of a logic tree. Logic trees can be very helpful in designing the skip pattern of your survey, as well as testing that pattern. In this example, all participants start at the consent form. If a respondent says no to participating, then he is skipped to the end of the survey. If he says yes, then he continues to question 1 of the sample survey 2. There's another skip at question 4. If a participant says yes to having children, then he will be moved to question 5, how many children do you have? However, if he answers no to question 4, then he skips question 5 and goes immediately to question 6. Again, creating a logic tree is not a requirement, nor is it created in the PsychData tool, but it is a useful figure to create for yourself if your survey has question logic. You can follow your answer choices to test the survey before you set it live. Click Next to continue with the tutorial. You can also move directly to a particular section of the tutorial by clicking on the section title. In this section, you will learn how to add and edit question logic to direct participants to a later question within the same survey or to different surveys. Click Next to continue with the tutorial. The following video demonstration will advance automatically, but you can use the tools at the bottom of the screen to rewind or skip ahead. The survey is currently open and we are going to locate the question that we want to add the question logic to. In this example, we are adding logic to the question, do you have any children? Notice that the question currently does not have the red asterisk indicating is a required answer question. Adding question logic to an item will make the question required. Obviously, if you don't force participants to answer the question logic, then the computer will not know where to send them. Click the Add Logic button. The Add or Edit Question Logic page appears. This is where you link each answer option with its own unique destination. In this example, we will first select the answer choice Yes. This opens a new page. The drop-down menu allows you to select which survey the participant will go to next if they answer yes to this question. In this example, we're directing the participant to a different question within the same survey. Select the survey you want the participants to go to. In this example, we're choosing the same survey, Sample Survey 2. Then select the destination question. In this example, if the participant answers yes to having any children, then they will continue to the question, how many children do you have? Be sure to click the Submit button to save your changes. Notice that question logic has been added for the first answer choice. Now let's select the next answer choice. In this example, no. Again, we need to select the destination survey from the drop-down menu. Then select the destination question. In this example, if a participant answers no to the question, do you have any children, then they will skip the question, how many children do you have, and move directly to what type of television shows do you typically watch. Again, click the Submit button to save your changes. Notice that now both of our answer choices have been linked to their separate destinations in the same survey. Select the Return to Edit Survey link to view the question logic within the survey. This note confirms the question logic has been added. If you need to make any changes, you can edit the question logic by clicking on the Edit Logic button. Now let's see how the question logic works from the participant's perspective. The participant answers the questions of the survey. What is your gender? What is your preferred religion? And then the question, with logic, do you have any children? Because this question contains logic, the answer chosen determines what question he will see after the page break. A page break always occurs after a question that contains logic. This is done automatically. You do not need to insert the page break question type. The participant then moves directly to the question, what type of television shows do you typically watch? Now let's see what happens when the participant selects yes. This participant selects yes to having children. And after they click continue, they see the question, how many children do you have? Remember that the previous participant skipped this question because he indicated he had no children. The respondent can then answer how many children she has, and after clicking continue, the participant continues taking the rest of the survey. You can also combine question logic with skip logic to create a linear series of questions that some participants see and some skip over. Select the survey from the Manage Surveys page, and the Editing Sample Survey page appears. Locate the question where you would like to add logic and click the Add Logic button. In this example, we would like male and female respondents to answer a separate set of questions before continuing the survey. The Add or Edit Question Logic page appears. Select the Male link. Select the destination survey here. In this case, we are directing male respondents to a different place within the same survey. Then select the destination question and click the Submit button. We can see that the logic has been applied. In this case, we are not going to add logic if a respondent answers female because they will simply continue to the next question. However, we do want them to skip over the questions only designed for male respondents. To do this, select the Return to Edit Survey link. Scroll down to the point in the survey just before the group of questions that the female respondents will skip. Click the Add Question or Text button, and the Add Question or Text page appears. Select the Skip Logic link. The Add Edit Skip Logic page appears. We're going to direct all respondents to question 11 to continue taking the survey. This way, when females reach this point in the survey, they will skip questions 8 through 10 and move directly to question 11. Remember, male respondents had skipped questions 4 through 7, starting them on question 8. Therefore, the male respondents will not see the skip logic because they've already been bumped ahead to the next question. Select the destination survey and select the destination question and click the Submit button. The skip logic has been added. Now let's look at it from both a male and a female respondent's point of view. Respondent 1 takes the survey, and this is the question with skip logic, so let's see where the female respondent is directed next. She moves right on to question 4, the items intended for only female participants. Recall that questions 8 through 10 were for the male respondents, so when this female participant continues the survey, she should skip this set of questions. The skip logic has directed her to question 11, and she can continue taking the survey without even knowing that she just answered a different set of questions than the male participants. Now let's see the same survey from a male participant's perspective. Respondent 2 starts the survey, and this is the question with skip logic, so let's see where the male respondent is directed next. We can see that he has skipped over questions 4 through 7 and goes right to question 8. And then he will continue right through question 11. This trick can also be combined with random stimulus assignment to create complex question or logic trees that expose specific participants to specific groups of questions, while skipping those that do not apply. Let's look at another common use of question logic, where participants are directed to another survey. This can be useful for things like consent forms and offering incentives. In the following example, we will see how question logic comes in handy when using a consent form. Click Next to continue with the tutorial. A consent form has been created as its own survey. We are now going to link the consent form to the survey based on the participants' responses. First, select the link to the consent form. When the survey opens, scroll down to the question you want to add logic to. Click the Add Logic button. In this example, we are adding logic to the item where participants indicate if they'd like to continue in the survey or not. The Add or Edit Logic page appears. After reading the consent form information, participants are required to answer whether they would or would not like to participate in the survey. We'll select the first option. Click the arrow to choose the destination survey from the drop-down menu. In this example, the participant will continue to the sample survey if they choose to participate. Now choose the destination question. If they choose to participate, they will start on the first question of the survey. Click Submit to register your changes. Now let's set the destination for participants who choose not to take part in the survey. Choose the destination survey. In this example, if they select No, we want them to continue to the main survey. However, they will advance to the end of the survey and will not answer any questions. Again, click Submit to confirm your changes. The question logic is confirmed. Now select the Return to Edit survey link. The sample survey consent form page appears, and you can see that the question logic has been applied. Let's look at what happens when the participant gives their consent. This respondent is agreeing to participate. And after they click Continue, they are directed to the first question of the main survey. What is your gender? But what happens if the participant declines consent? This respondent chooses not to be included in the survey. He is directed to the end of the survey and unable to view any of the survey questions. Remember that if you direct participants to a new survey, you will need to create an ID question in order to match them across survey files. You can learn how to do this in Section 4 on survey linking in the Module 3 Added Features tutorial. Now you will learn how to remove question logic from a single question within a survey. Click Next to continue with the tutorial. First, locate the question that you would like to remove the question logic from, and click the Edit Logic button. From the Add or Edit Question Logic page, click the Remove Logic from this question button. This confirms that you have removed logic from the question. You can see that the logic information has been cleared from the answer choices. Select the Return to Edit survey link. There is no longer logic applied to the question. Now let's learn how to remove logic from all questions at once rather than by individual question. Click Next to continue with the tutorial. Open the survey you wish to remove logic from. Simply click on the Remove All Question Logic link. You can cancel here if you decide you do not want to remove all logic. To confirm, click the Remove Question Logic from the survey button. This confirms that all question logic in that survey has been removed. Congratulations, you have completed Module 5. Return to PsychData.com if you'd like to continue with more tutorials.